They told you to toughen up. They told you that you were too emotional, too intense, too much. You cried at commercials. You felt the mood shift the moment someone walked into the room. A harsh word from someone you barely knew could ruin your entire day. And for years you believed them. You believed that something was wrong with you. But psychology tells us something different. Feeling everything deeply isn't a weakness. It isn't immaturity. It is a neurological difference. And it has a name. This is the psychology of the person who feels everything too deeply. 1. You are not broken. You are highly sensitive. In the 1990s, psychologist Dr. Elaine Aron identified a trait she called the highly sensitive person, or HSP. Research suggests roughly 15 to 20% of the population carries this trait. HSPs have a nervous system that processes the world more deeply than others. You don't just hear the music, you feel it in your chest. You don't just notice someone's bad mood, you absorb it. You don't just watch a sad movie, you carry it home with you. This isn't oversensitivity. This is your brain doing more with the same information everyone else receives. You are not feeling too much. You are processing more. 2. You absorb other people's pain. Have you ever walked into a room feeling fine, spent an hour with someone who was anxious or angry, and left feeling completely drained, even though nothing bad happened to you? Psychology calls this emotional contagion. Your mirror neurons, the part of your brain responsible for empathy, are hyperactive. You don't just understand what someone feels. You unconsciously mirror it in your own body. This is why crowded places exhaust you. This is why conflict doesn't just upset you. It physically hurts you. You are not imagining it. Your nervous system is genuinely working overtime, processing emotions that don't even belong to you. 3. Your body keeps the score. For deeply feeling people, emotions are not just mental experiences, they are physical ones. Anxiety sits in your chest. Grief lives in your throat. Stress shows up as tension in your shoulders or nausea in your stomach. Research in psychosomatic medicine shows that people who process emotions deeply are more likely to experience physical symptoms when their emotional needs go unmet. You weren't being dramatic when you said you felt sick with worry. You weren't being weak when grief made it hard to breathe. Your body and your emotions are deeply connected, more than most people will ever understand. 4. Sensitivity is not the problem. The world's response to it is. Here's what nobody told you growing up. Sensitivity in a safe environment produces some of the most creative, empathetic, and emotionally intelligent people on the planet. Studies show that HSPs perform better in supportive environments than non-sensitive people do. The problem was never your sensitivity. The problem was being sensitive in environments that had no room for it. Classrooms that rewarded toughness. Families that mistook emotion for weakness. Friendships that couldn't hold the weight of who you are. You didn't need to change. You needed a different environment. 5. How to live well when you feel everything. You cannot turn off your sensitivity, and you shouldn't want to, but you can learn to work with it instead of against it. Set boundaries with your energy. You are not obligated to absorb everyone's emotions. Recognizing when you are carrying feelings that don't belong to you is the first step to releasing them. Name what you feel. Research by neuroscientist Dr. Matthew Lieberman shows that labeling your emotions reduces their intensity. When you say, "I feel overwhelmed" out loud, your nervous system begins to calm. And protect your environment. You are deeply affected by the world around you, the people, the noise, the energy. Curating that environment is not weakness. It is wisdom. You spent years shrinking yourself to make other people comfortable, apologizing for crying, hiding how much things hurt, pretending the world didn't get under your skin the way it did. But here is what psychology wants you to know. The same sensitivity that exhausts you, that same depth, is what makes you feel music in a way others never will. It is what makes people trust you with their secrets. It is what makes you notice the beauty in things that everyone else walks past. You were never too much. You were just too much for the wrong people. You don't need to toughen up. You need to find your people and give yourself permission to feel everything exactly as you always have.